I would really love to see just a reversal of the trend of infertility. And I do think, again, I'm old school. It's certainly with traditional Chinese medicine. I think that's really implementing some of the lifestyle changes and targeted circulation to ovaries and uterus, and sleep-wake cycles and all of these things that again can be tracked. We have the devices now. We have the ability to track all of this, like see where can we make these shifts and then see the improvement. I mean, that's really so helpful because we really want to have healthy babies, healthy families, healthy future. We don't want to just have a positive pregnancy test.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So femtech, we want to, we're seeing lots more femtech companies, popping up, but I want to hear your point of view on, where is it excelling? Where does it need some support? Its kind of evolution and where you see it going.
I actually view it as not necessarily replacing doctors, but augmenting them and
Yeah.
making them better and allowing them to have more time with the patient. So the
Yeah.
patient experience is better. And so their technology can be used for good or bad.
Yeah.
I view it in the world of this allows the doctor to have a better patient experience. How do we rethink medicine to be personalized? So really taking a different approach for how we think about it. And health is core at Overwater. That's what we spend a lot of time on, specifically women's health and family health, which I think are completely overlooked. But
Absolutely.
now technology and science can solve that. And so we focus on early stage, helping to commercialize breakthrough ideas that are really solving the biggest problems, I think, for women and families within health. So eventually, their mission is to reverse menopause, which is really exciting. Overture Life is trying to democratize egg freezing and IVF. I think the costs and the results are dramatically different from clinic to clinic, and I don't
Yes.
think people really realize that.
Yes.
And also, there are just massive fertility deserts right now in California and New York. You have mini clinics, but there are only something like 300 REs, and there are 30,000 OB-GYNs.
Exactly.
So I think some of the demand for innovation will come from consumers and from people. And so let's be advocates together to have better outcomes.
Yeah, I love that. And you just actually answered an earlier question that I raised, where you're saying Overture Life and Gamito are partnering in their work together. So again, we're not all siloed, but the industry is seeing the need and the benefit for partnering.
So imagine instead of it being, I imagine a world instead of it being 50,000, it's 5,000.
Yes.
And that is possible with technology. I think being able to solve how do you scale this and being able to automate that can actually solve these problems. And so from a patient perspective, I think in the future, it will be much better where you'll have better results for every cycle.
Hmm.
It will be a better consumer experience, whether you're doing some of the work at home, you don't have to do hormone injections.
Our ovaries are communicating with every part of our body, every tissue of our body through menopause, through and beyond menopause. So this uh, container, this silo that we've put, eggs and sperm into as just baby making is missing a huge larger scale healthcare marker.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So, yeah, go ahead.
and that's what I think on that point, like we really don't know a lot. And we're seeing, I think, alarming stats where 1 in 6 couples are having trouble conceiving. We're just seeing this more and more. 50% of embryos have some sort of abnormalities. There's genetic issues happening. So it's not just people are having a hard time getting pregnant, but they're having unhealthy kids. And so being able to use science or technology to change that is exciting.
I'm a traditional Chinese medicine doctor, so I kind of go back to like, okay, what happened before the problem that we can help to resolve the problem before it starts? And so making these changes to clean up our health, including our microbiome. I use Tiny Health as well, for testing because I think it's really important to just know what's happening so that we know what we need to do to fix what's out of alignment.
Exactly. We look at it from a systems perspective. So Grantham Foundation, for instance, they did some really interesting research around, okay, why are fertility rates decreasing? And this is a complex problem. It's not just from a patient perspective, but pesticides, for instance.
Yeah.
invested in a company that's trying to rethink pesticides, or we're looking at we invested in a company that's rethinking food processing, or a company that's rethinking materials to reduce plastics and PFAS. What does the future of health look like? And with this acceleration of technology, AI, bio, where are there opportunities? And so we look, every year we sit down and say, where do we think the biggest problems are? What does it look like? Fertility being one. I think it's one of the fastest growing areas within healthcare. I would love it when if women in their 20s in college were thinking about testing it, or testing early. I think that there's both a technology opportunity, but then also a branding opportunity. I kind of try to merge both of those worlds. And so we take a holistic view of, okay, what problems do we think are large to solve, and then how can we solve them?
Hey there, thanks for joining the conversation at Health University, where we're committed to making ourselves just a little bit smarter about our whole health and our reproductive health. Make sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell so you don't miss a future episode. Leave a comment below, especially if there's a topic you want to learn about. We're happy to know and to include that in our episodes. And since 1 in 5 people are determined to be struggling with fertility, share this with 5 people. You're bound to help at least one change the course of their fertility struggles and help realize their dream of family. We value your time, and we keep these recordings as succinct as possible. But if you want to listen to the full episode, just click below and the entire episode is there at your disposal. Once again, thanks for joining us at Health University.